Hello, everybody, and good evening. Welcome back to another edition of the best league in PlayStation, and of course, the only league that's still running with any real seriousness about it. Also, Owen Wyatt, please take note that's how long it takes to get the stream link and to post a tweet. As ever, JACKOCAR, where else would you want to be on a Thursday night? And to make things even better, we are joined this evening by a certain Matt Lester and then Owen Wyatt as well. Matt Lester, welcome back to the commentary box. You're making a bit of a habit out of this, aren't you, my son? How are you?
I know. I'm a bit like that STI that just won't go away, really.
And which
not
one's
really
that?
wanted. I won't go into detail. But
Oddly
yeah,
enough, you keep getting invited back though, so I wonder what STI that is.
we just enjoy it.
Become part of the furniture.
Oh, dear. And of course, in the background there, you heard the soothing Northern Irish tones of Owen Wyatt, who's come out in a gay car.
Indeed. What better for a lovely country like Russia?
Yeah, you know what? I think you've nailed this.
Good.
Vladimir Putin would be proud. Of course, we'll come back to Owen Wyatt when he does his lap. I refused to be part of this last week because I don't trust them. I also can't drive very well when I have voices in the ear. But anyway, is this a elimination race? Yes, it is. And I didn't add it to the tweet, would you believe? So,
Good start. Great start.
You can tell I'm really not up for this one this evening, so hopefully we get 4 safety cars. And hello to the 5 people watching. JACKOCAR back in Russia, of course. One of the biggest regrets I ever had as league owner was I followed what other leagues did, and when the Russians started taking the mickey out of Ukraine, I pulled it from the calendar because I thought we might get cancelled. Obviously we wouldn't have, but never mind. So it's now back on the calendar in retaliation to all the woke nonsense that happened some 5 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? I can't remember.
It's 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Bloody hell. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Well, I guess Ukraine might say otherwise. Anyway, we are coming round to begin a hot lap of the Sochi Autodrome. I will hand you over to Owen Wyatt and we will go on board.
Lovely, right then. So, there's 2 white lines here. That one's not DRS, but this one is. And people may miss that. I missed it when I was practicing earlier. Not that I do much practice, because I can't take turn 2 correctly, but we'll see if I can do it this time. Very wide. Don't want to get any corner cutting penalties. Jacko wants me in the mid-pack so I can cause utter chaos. So, I'll be looking for a mid-pack, really. It's got actually a really good flow to this track, though, which is why I quite liked it all the time. And well, it gets some good races as well, but the middle sector in particular, I think, has quite a good flow to it. And you can attack the curves. Not that much, though. That's a bit wide. Don't do that if you're... Actually, no, do that. Well, yeah. Do that if you're Corey Dalton. Although, of course, his losing streak did continue last week, didn't it? Which is always quite funny to watch, but... It was Jacko's fault that week. It's meant to be my fault this week, but because the end of Sector 2, this is where the AI will always rear-end you if you're playing on career mode, but people still do that. I do. It's a good time in this game. On F1 2021, these curves send you airborne. They unsettle you a wee bit on this year's, but it's no... I say this year's, in 2020, but it's nowhere near as bad as the game after. You would have seen full-on airborne accidents there in the past. Last 2 corners, a bit of a pain in the arse, particularly the last corner. And that's a pretty slow lap, so they should be able to beat that. But at least I commented on it. At least I'm here.
Anyway, that's enough of that. Here's Michael Okeke, who has decided to drive off the track, as you might have seen. Thank you very much, Owen Wyatt. And of course, you mentioned Corey Dalton and his losing streak. It is 7 races since he last tasted the sweet taste of virtual champagne, whatever that tastes like. Probably sweat, knowing the gaming community. As Okeke has a small issue midway through the corner. Of course, he's very happy to be back in Russia as well. Very much a big advocate for staying in Russia when the war broke out was Michael Okeke. Couldn't believe it myself. But here we are. So let's hope he gets his opportunity to shine in Sochi. You like that?
No.
He has a 1 minute 30.7 to beat. Once we've seen this, we'll move on to more trash in the form of Florian Meyer as we see OKK wiggle out of, what's that, turn 17? I don't know. One corner to go then. He misses the apex. He gets a lot of the other one, and it's a 133.2. What can Florian Meyer do? Matthew Lester, talk us through it.
First of the Germans. 5 Germans this evening. Florian Meyer not really had a great run of late. I mean, the Germans haven't really had a good run of late. Crashing out at least about 3 of them last week. Rageman being one after a strong qualifying. Decided he couldn't be arsed after turn 1 and crashed out of the race. But Florian, what can he do? Can he compete? It's a 31.1, so no. And we move on to his counterpart, Rageman, or Robin.
Robin, of course, named after the bird, was Mr. Border. Famously as well, Florian has 3 DNFs in the last 4, so he's not having a very good season. Just the 5 points to show for his troubles, which he cured in Mexico. Of course, that was the previous elimination race, which we saw the disposal of Gareth Hall and Jori Hazelager. But here's Robin Border, and he'll sit underneath his German friend for now. We will look towards... No, we won't, because he's out. He has crashed.
Yes. He has crashed.
I was going to say, that looked like a car in the wall. It was.
Well,
I was going to begin with the better of the Hazelagers, but yeah, he's kind of settled that one for me.
Oh, how wrong you were. Leroy Hazelager, the first of 3 jokers tonight. He won't start very high up. We'll move instead to the second reserve. So tonight we have Ben Harrett and Dustin Rocco away. They're being replaced by Owen Wyatt and this man, Jamie Griffiths. Jamie, yeah, we've never seen this one before. Jamie Griffiths is one of those. It's a bit like Owen Wyatt, actually, in a way. Annoying, small, and good at crashing on Formula One games. With a total of 2 Cup Series wins between them. All 2 of them coming from the Welshman. Oh, wait, no. Owen, you've won a race, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, but there's only a 25% race, so I don't think it counts.
It's all right. Oh, a win is a win in my books, and I've totally forgot about that one. One of the pages must have been damaged. It was all stuck together and smelled funny. Through comes Jamie Griffiths then. And what can he do as he powers towards these final 2 corners? He has shown some interest in season 12, that's all I will say, as he goes P2. Owen Wyatt's 130.7, standing strong. Sullivan Lewis.
Stay standing as well.
Yeah, where is Sullivan Lewis?
He's invalidated. That's all that matters. He's the start of the final sector.
He's an invalid, says Owen Wyatt.
Horrendous run of things lately is Risky, who really should have been the favourite here to win the chase outside of P9. And he's absolutely nowhere, and he's doing himself no favours with this. He's had to cheat to beat my time, and that crash was somehow not big enough to wreck his car. Oddly enough. But, yeah, a bit of a disaster for him.
Matt Lester, here's another German.
Here is another German. You like to give me the Germans,
I do.
Oh, it just ends up that way.
I'm just worried I might say something I shouldn't.
Yeah. Coming back to a couple of races, there we go. But Mike Keltebell, one of the guys who is in contention for the chase, 17 points off of leaders Pete Knighton and Barry Baldwin, who are now on joint points, and Leroy Hazelager in between those 2, and Mike Keltebell on 4 points adrift. So Mike's in there. He's within a shout, but he's got to get something big this evening. He's got to sort of really go against the fortune of the Germans, really, because I've not really seen a good performance from any of them in recent races. So let's see if Mike Keltebell can change that. I highly doubt it. What can he do? I think Owen Wyatt, you're going to stay top, and he's also just outside of 131.5.
My plans of qualifying outside the top 10 are not working. These guys need to speed up.
Even the might of Johannes has been poor recently, as we talk about Germans. Of course, 7 straight second places in a row have led for him to become at risk of losing out of the top 4 positions, of course, which carry you automatically through to the Championship 5. But anyway, focus is on Barry Baldwin.
What is Kieran doing? I
don't know. We're looking at Barry because he's about to complete his lap, Owen, if you wouldn't mind interrupting. He goes P6. He's also the second of 3 Jokers this evening.
Prick.
And Kieran, I will remind you, has a qualifying ban, but he has done that in an informal manner.
I reckon we should give him another ban just for that.
Where's Pete Knighton? There he is.
Idiot. Yep. Pete Knighton. He'll be looking at that Barry Baldwin lap and licking his lips. Got a good chance here. If
Whose lips will he be licking? You must specify.
I'm not going to go into detail with this one.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll tell you in a few weeks. Here he comes.
Oh dear.
Might be in trouble.
That is perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what Jake O'Sullivan did in Season 3, you may remember, to get his first ever pole position. And Pete Knighton has pulled it off, and he goes top of the timesheets here, ahead of the annoying Northern Irishman. But anyway, into the top 10 we go. We will only get 9 of them, because obviously Kieran is a retard. This is Jori Hazelager. Looks like a very red and white car. I was going to say red for a second, then I come off board and I saw loads of white. I know Harry Collier will be a big fan of this one. That's all I will say. Final corner for Jori. He does it as well, but it's not good enough. Only P6 this time.
This
of course,
is a fantastic tactic.
I bet you're wishing you utilised it now, aren't you?
A wee bit, yeah. I just it never even occurred to me, but this is... I can't even complain.
Do you not remember Jake doing it?
Do you know what? I don't.
Because the rules state you can abuse track limits in qualifying.
Yeah.
But not the race.
I forgot that you could. The game would let you do that, but of course you're only off track for like half a second and you cross the line off the track, so of course you're allowed to do it. But I'll tell you what, final corner of the race, you may see someone approaching you at the inside and just ignore the track limits. I wonder if that same sort of thing would work there. Maybe I'll test it for you.
At that point, it will become illegal because, as I did say about 38 seconds ago, the rules state, Owen Wyatt, that you can abuse track limits in qualifying.
Well,
at no point did I mention the race.
I think you'll find the game won't even penalise you for it, so...
Oh, are you talking about exploitation of the game if you can get away with it? An old JACKOCAR rule.
Yeah. That's what this
is,
isn't
okay.
it?
Very well. Well, we will turn a blind eye because it gives us less work to do in the steward's room afterwards. Or Ben Shaw struggling to get round here. Of course, he had his incident, not this corner, the next one, with Matthew Redmore a few seasons ago, where Kieran snuck up the inside and stole a podium. That damn pikey. But yeah, Matt Redmore's fault on that day. But Ben Shaw struggling. Will he utilise the tactic that others have? No, he won't. He doesn't need to. It's a 29.8 for Ben Shaw. What a lap. And now, from one of the fastest man in team speeds to the fastest man in team speed, it's Gareth and Matt Lester.
Where's Gareth? Oh, there he is. Sorry, I could not see him. But, Owen, he seems to have gone down the same line of livery as you here.
It's not as colourful, there's less colours on it, but then he's got the Re-Races 1 badge on it, so maybe it balances out a bit.
Maybe, and he's got a certain flag, and the helmet's certain colours. He's really, really pro-Russia here this evening, pro-Putin. And what lap can he Putin here for us this evening? A not very good one.
No.
It was 131.6. Moving on, Speed Tony next.
He's an invalid.
Invalid. He's an invalid. So we move on.
Well, while they run round invalid, Gareth did finish second place last week. I feel like he'll kill one of us, if not all of us, if we didn't mention it. So yes, Gareth was second last week, and he did it like legit. He wasn't like there was no one letting him through or anything. That might well have been his best JACKOCAR race. So that's just me covering myself.
No, thank you very much, Owen Wyatt. That's why you are here. Here's Jamie Wright. For many a year, he was the all-time wins record leader until Jake O'Sullivan decided to become boring. Well, he always was boring, but he became boring by winning loads of races in a row, and then no one really cares. And then we're like, no, we need to do another season. It's all Jake O'Sullivan's fault. It's not. It's Tony's, Corey's, and Johannes as well. But yeah, Jamie Wright hasn't yet refound the form of 2020, 2021 when he was the threat in this league. He's gone away, he's played full guys, he's come back, and he has become an invalid who has found the outside wall. That's Jamie Wright, formerly two-time JACKOCAR champion.
And that's a big deal, that. Now that we can stop joking for a second, because he obviously is at risk tonight of being knocked out of the
Arnold!
As Arnold somehow survives. But yeah, Jimmy Wright currently sits in 7th place, 7 points behind Ben Shaw. He's currently on provisional pole, so that is not looking too good for Jimmy Wright.
No.
Yeah, Jamie Wright and Kieran Spears not looking very good at all. But yeah, Arnold, the race winner last week, Grief. What a race. What was last week, Owen, actually,
that
from Arnold?
Shocking, that, by the way. I don't think Jacko clocked that, but that was shocking.
I didn't. Go on.
No, it's gone. It's gone.
It's passed.
It's gone. But going back to last week's race, Arnold perfected that one last week from start to finish. Didn't really have any threat, to be honest. Didn't look like anyone else was going to make it. Can he get up to the front? He is on the front row.
I think we described his win last week as him winning by doing absolutely nothing. Because
yes,
he just let everyone else mess it up around him as Corey gets away with a very dodgy corner cut, but if you can get away with it, there's no problems. But yes, Arnold, he needed that win because he keeps threatening to win and then doesn't win. But now he has won. So hopefully that gets him back on onto his regular form, which we would expect from him. Hopefully this man doesn't get back on form, no, Corey Dalton.
Hopefully so. Corey's dodgy corner cut, preceded by a four-wheel drift out of the corner prior to that. He's the man who, like we said a few minutes ago, 7 races without victory now, and this has been, in his own words, his season to lose. The pack have very much caught up, but does he find his way to the top in Russia? No, he is one step away from the top. Ben Shaw retains that position, but we have 2 of the most boring drivers in the world up next. The first one is Jake O'Sullivan. More race wins and more championships than any other driver who has come before him. He is seeking a 4th title here in season 11. I'm sure he'll come back and have another go in season 12 as well if he doesn't win it this time around. 1 corner to go for Jake O'Sullivan. And where will he put that car? Same trick from season 3. It's not enough this time. P3. Which leaves us. Matthew Lester, do you want to bring us around with Johannes Mellers of Germany?
Of course, I'd love to take on the final German driver, Johannes. What can he do for the Germans? He needs a big one. Well, he doesn't really need a big result this evening, to be honest. But can he get onto the front row? No, he can't. 6th place. Pretty German, that is.
Yeah. And that means
Ben Shaw on pole.
Ben Shaw closes the gap once again to Khalifa. Khalifa, the all-time poles leader with 28. Ben Shaw moves on to 25. So the gap is free to the great Khalifa. But that is something that he'll be very happy about. Another point as well for Ben Shaw, which makes his life a little bit easier for sneaking into the round of 6. The round of 6, by the way, is Paul Ricard, yes, the super speedway, followed by Monza, yes, the fastest track on this game. So we are very much looking forward to the next 2 weeks. Here's your order then. It's Ben Shaw, Corey Dalton, Jake O'Sullivan, Arnout, Pete Knighton up in P5, back to form, question mark. Johannes in 6th, Owen Wyatt causing trouble in the midfield, right where we want him. Jamie Griffiths doing exactly the same with him on row 4. Florian, best qualifying of the season, I think that is in P9. Robin, the 3rd German of 5, inside the top 10. And the rest, guys, we don't care. They are too slow to get a mention. But we'll look at them anyway.
This is bad news for Jamie Wright and Kieran Spears with Ben Shaw on pole because, as Owen said earlier, they're in the firing line for the elimination this evening. So they're really going to need Ben Shaw to mess up big time somewhere this evening for their C5 hopes to stay alive.
Yep.
Yes, and Baza and Leroy haven't done themselves any favours either by qualifying at the back. Well, Pete Knighton sits in the top 5 as well. So I was saying before this stream started that I was quite looking forward to seeing championships tonight because it all looks quite close, but there's potential for it to be absolutely ruined. That's where I come in.
Of course, Baza was chatting to me earlier in the week. He was saying how he's got his Joker in hand tonight. He's got the lottery of Paul Ricard next week, and then after that, Monza, a track where he's won at in JACKOCAR, obviously in the Kia series, but 3 good tracks for Baza coming up. So a poor qualifying here is not necessarily the end of his chase campaign, but Pete Knighton in the box seat where he should be, I'd say, up there in P5. As for Ben Shaw, that point takes him to +8 over Jamie Wright, which means Kieran Spears is now -9. So not impossible, but of course this is a JACKOCAR favourite, an elimination race around Russia. It's set up beautifully. It really is. And Owen Wyatt, as we prepare for the formation lap, we'll go round on board with you actually.
Ooh,
in your gay car. What was the weather saying, and how are you approaching this strategy-wise?
Well, it's not going to be much rain, I don't think. It's not going to be a 2021, unfortunately, which was a great race here. Obviously, the second stage is, lap 18, isn't it? So we've got to get our first 2 stints all the way till lap 19. So, as you can see, qualified on the softs. Going to go on those until, I hope, around lap 7. Pit for mediums, go to lap 19, go back to softs, all being well. I was going to say if there's any safety cars that may change things, but we don't seem to get many around here. So, actually, that's a lie. This is the track where the safety car came out for absolutely no reason on its own and just sat. If you ride on board with me, I'll take you to where the safety car stopped because it was a very embarrassing.
We are riding.
I think it was about here where the safety car parked on the left, and everyone just raced past it. It was ridiculous. And Liam was in the commentary box. Oh, sorry, we don't mention
Riding
it.
ceased. Yes, okay.
Right.
Fantastic insight there from Mr. Wyatt. I will shut you up because, some of us also have to use this time to talk. Matt Lester, I'll give you the half a lap remaining.
I've got no words.
He has no words. Well, that's an even better insight than what Wyatt gave us. I'll take it from here. I'll bring the professionalism that Owen Wyatt so speaks of every week that we apparently don't deliver. Anyway, as you can see, the cars are completing their formation lap. Here is Ben Shaw, not the leader at the minute because Yuri Hazelaga has overtaken him in his White is Right car. He's starting down in P11.
I think you'll find Gareth Hall has got to the grid first.
Has he?
Yes. He was past it before
so he has.
Started moving.
There's Gareth Hall. God, the rest of them are so slow. Here's Kieran. I think he is last of the bunch in his yellow and cyan car. What does this look like?
We're being slowed down a lot here, has to be said.
You can overtake Owen.
I know, but I'm just curious as to why
Yeah, go on, Owen.
everyone sort of just slowed down. Apart from Arnold, I think, who just decided he was going to clear off to the front, but everyone else, Corey just decided to stop dead and everyone's had to stop around him, so odd tactics from him already. Interesting.
Look at the chaos that we're going to get from the back. Kieran, Tony and Sullivan, all speed drivers. And then you have your first of 3 jokers. It's Leroy, Baza is another joker, and the other one is Arnold up in P4. Your stages this evening come at lap 10 and lap 18, which means you can pit from lap 19 for it to be mandatory. Pitting under safety car is not legal anymore. And the 5 lights are out in Russia as we go racing around Sochi once again in JACKOCAR, and it's Ben Shaw, who pulls away nicely with Jake O'Sullivan in tow, who's already got the move on Corey Dalton. Let's go out wide and see what happens on the run down to turn 2 as the cars fan out. Ben Shaw leads away. Jake O'Sullivan to the inside. Can he take the lead here? Yes, he does. And Corey Dalton thinks about it and stays out of trouble, and Ben Shaw retakes the lead. Yellow flags fly. Safety car is out. Owen Wyatt, what do you know?
Well, I was hounded a wee bit into turn 1. I want to say Robin might have given me a little push into the side of Yuri, but that's not what caused the safety car. We've still got all 20 cars, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I'm also confused as to why Robin keeps overtaking me. Mate, I'm ahead of you! Twat. Right.
What's that?
I've fallen down to 10th. I've had a bad start, has to be said.
I like how he's still racing.
I don't really understand what's going on here. But I think Pete had a really bad start, actually. He had a lot of wheel spin, and he was lucky to keep his position where he did, because he made a good move down the outside of 2. So, yeah, that's all that happened around me. Risky's got a 3-second penalty. God knows what that's for, but he was cutting the inside of turn 2 by miles, so that's probably what it's for, actually.
There's, I had an eye on the back of the field, a lot of end plates flying about, a lot of rear ending, which got me slightly excited. But yeah, a lot of damage towards the back. No wings missing, but everyone having a little poke of each other.
And something I will alert everyone's attention to: Sullivan Lewis from P18 to P8 in 3 corners.
Like I say, he was blowing up the inside of turn 2. When I say he was blowing, like he literally was just blowing the corner up. So he took like the extreme inside line. So I'm going to actually assume that was his way of getting through. It only got him a 3-second time penalty.
It worth it.
It was worth it, I think. Like,
KK.
Because it's not like it's the Alonso line where he goes around the outside of turn 2. He literally just took a sharp inside corner. So, you know, fair enough. Can't really complain.
No.
He needs it. He's 42 points behind, isn't he, in the chase?
Yeah. OKK, who doing his mandatory, not the mandatory legal pit stop, but OKK's mandatory pit stop that he does every first lap of every race, followed very quickly by a 5-second speeding penalty, which he'll have to rid of over the course of this race.
Tony's
dear.
gone.
What a great shame. Anyway, Mike Kelterborn also pitted. Out comes the number 12 car, of course, the Ryan Blaney fan from Germany. He didn't get a speeding penalty, but he is last. Tony's ghost car, P18. Ben Shaw leads a lap, and that really is all we have for you right now.
When I was in work earlier, this will be interesting. I saw a picture. Well, I saw some news footage of Trump with Joey Logano's car. What's the story behind that? What was he doing with that?
I don't know.
Because I find that interesting. I bet Jackie was going to know all about this, but he doesn't.
No, I do not.
Pathetic.
I don't know everything. What I can tell you is that earlier today,
Trump and NASCAR. See, he's got no answer now. Or is Pin on the phone?
I'd like you to not speak about my political views on live stream.
Have you seen where we're racing?
It's Putin's backyard, or Trump's backyard, actually.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
All I can tell you about NASCAR is that today I purchased my tickets for the spring race at Atlanta next year. So back to Atlanta I go, a place where I said I went to once and would never return. So I lied to myself.
You also said there wouldn't be another season of JACKOCAR.
Yeah, I say many things.
Look where we are.
Yeah,
Never
trust
trust the word you say.
I certainly wouldn't, son. Anyway, what's happening here? Florian. I think Leroy's pitting. Yes, he is. The Joker. Pardon me. That's his Joker ruined.
That is very odd to pit, actually, isn't it? Because it's only lap 2.
That
makes no sense whatsoever.
So
it starts to make the mandatory stop, doesn't even lap 3 onwards.
Yes, sir. I mean,
So
they're not
change.
hard, so he's certainly not going to the end.
So wing change for Barry, Leroy and Tony, and OKK is just in to... Oh no, he's also getting a wing change.
OKK is not Justin.
Car
OKK is Michael.
I hate you sometimes.
What's more interesting is that
really
OKK is my teammate I've just discovered.
Ah, yes. If you look very closely, you can see the gay wing.
I've got a red light on my car because OKK is in the pits, and he's in the pits all the time. So I bet he's gonna freaking block me.
You know what? That's something only a sweat would know, because I certainly didn't know that a red light appearing on your steering wheel indicated that your teammate was in the pits.
And that's the difference between you and me. I just know more.
That's really Owen Wyatt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're annoying, but with an accent. That's what we've established.
And very, very small.
Yes. I don't want to talk about it, Matthew. Don't talk to me like that. Do you know who you're talking to?
Well, the IRL, you see. Maybe they're friendly here in Russia, actually. I don't know. Maybe they'd fit in.
Could you send them the link to the stream? At least boost the viewers up.
The link is viewable.
IRA, by the way, is she here tonight?
I don't know. The link is viewable on @JACKOCAR_ on Twitter if you do care to watch the race. But if you're hearing this now, you are probably already watching. I would like to say there are live race updates.
I just wanted to make that point.
Nobody cares.
Oh, woman!
Good goal last night. Declan Rice is second. I will give you that.
All the goals were good.
Anyway, safety cars in this lap. Ben Shaw will get us back underway, and he's got loser Corey Dalton behind him.
And Ben Shaw was the one telling everyone where the restart zone is in chat right before the race. So let's see if he gets it right. We'll go on board and out the final corner. He's going, and very much gone as Corey Dalton struggles to find his gears. Does Jake O'Sullivan? He's nowhere near him. Never mind, it's more Corey versus Ben, if anything, as we run down to turn 2. Ben Shaw has led 100% of the laps this race. Pit stops are legal from this lap as well, providing the safety car does not come out. Corey sideways and saves it. Let's go on board with Jake O'Sullivan to see if he takes advantage of that error from the 0-time champion. It's yellow flags. And they are
Mike.
for
Mike.
Who is spun at the back. Arnaud P4. Johannes is 5th, and Jamie Griffiths going very well in P6. But behind him, you see the battle of the retards. It's Pete Nine and Sullivan Lewis fighting over P7. And they've all calmed down all of a sudden.
I'm not sure about that.
Let's go on board with Owen Wyatt then, because he is following this train. Sullivan looking at the inside of Pete as Yuri goes wide. Here's an opportunity for Mr. Wyatt on his soft tyres.
Yeah, I really should be making use of these, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But Yuri's got a good straight line speed, and Robin's all over the two of us here, so he may well be interested in this.
Ooh, go on.
Look at that, leaving racing room, and like a gentleman.
That's boring.
I thought we wanted some racing.
More like a gentle boy rather than gentle man. Look at this, still side by side.
Oh,
great view from Robin's perspective.
Oh.
Look at that, fantastic stuff from two wily old foxes of the JACKOCAR League. As we see Corey Dalton now lead the way here on lap 5.
I think Yuri's coming back.
Yeah, go back to Yuri. He's coming back, slinging out the inside of the rainbow boy.
As well. He's going to cut across.
Ooh. Oh, well defended.
Beautifully done
by the
myself.
Rainbow Road car himself.
You're welcome. This is all the entertainment you could ever want. Do you want to talk about the pit stops now?
Yeah, sure. Everyone from Ben Shaw down to Mike is pitting. There you go. Pardon me, that's my analysis on it.
Oh, Risky's had a big moment. He survived it though.
He's looking a little rash in his driving at the minute as we follow on board. We go past this building which houses some sort of sporting event, and then he makes a right turn here. Very sideways. Owen Wyatt will be sniffing his backside now to see if he can nab P5 off the man from Mansfield.
I said he's from Mansfield, that's pathetic.
I know. It's all north to me.
He's had another moment.
We are actually going to follow this fight, as it is the most entertaining thing we have at the minute. Unless Matt Lester can find us something else.
No, just seeing all the rear ends getting very loose. Risky's getting quite loose for Owen here.
That's what we love to hear.
Very excited for this.
That's what I love to hear.
Lubing him up for turn 1.
Both this is going to be a breeze.
I'm not sure. I think he's using his energy quite a lot here.
He is. He's off it now. Defends the inside. Owen forced to leave.
Look at that.
Good defending that from him, but he must have used a lot of his energy to defend that. Saying that, you do recover the energy quite quickly around here, I've noticed.
It's a bit like Spa.
It's good for racing, this.
Behind you, the Dutchman's fending off Robin. It's Yuri Hazelager. Keeping the man on, who's on soft tyres, Robin, so he should be making the most of these, and if he doesn't, he's got a queue of cars behind him, a little train forming.
It's all the way down to Kieran as well, I believe. Gareth in there as well, and Gamey right. But it is Robin who has priority on this train that Yuri is about to be ran through. Can I say that?
But you just have.
Okay, well, we'll let that one slide
train.
as well.
Here goes Kieran. Up the inside of Gareth.
Oh, look at what I want to move! Robin thought about it. And he executed, and then wing damage for Robin Border. So Jamie Wright now has priority on Yuri Hazelager's rear, which is currently P6. Arnaud leads another lap here on his Joker. Let's go on board with Jamie Wright. I've hit the wrong button. He looks up the inside of Yuri. He's sideways. This is fantastic racing from these two. Pushing him round the corner is Jamie Wright. And Kieran trying to follow through. Will stay with Jamie as he makes this move on the Dutchman. To the left he goes, and through he goes. Nice and easy.
That was a nice corner cut there from Risky.
Are you still battling? Yes, you are.
We are indeed, yes.
Look at this, everybody. That is your regular lead commentator being schooled by a northerner.
We did make a bit of contact there.
It's all part of the league. We'll allow that.
It's a full contact sport.
Yep.
No
Play on, says the referee.
I've got to say, I'm having quite a lot of fun here. I don't know why people make these races so boring. Oh, that's wide.
And we're in a pit stop phase as well, Owen. So, like, when everyone else pits, yeah. Oh, well, that'll be exciting.
I'm not going to get past Risky before I do, which is annoying, but
that's good news for him.
It is good news for him, that actually.
Here is the rear of Sullivan looking at Owen Wyatt's now side pod as Owen does make a move. And that's very well executed from the man from Hollywood in Northern Ireland.
Northern.
How do you say battered sausage in your native tongue?
Battered sausage.
It's just like I thought. Arnaud leads lap 8 then. Thanks for the insight once again. As Owen Wyatt begins to fall down the order. His Gareth Hall up in P8, sort of no man's land at the minute.
This is playing out a bit like it did last week. Arnaud obviously has his Joker. Currently sitting at the front. I know the rest of the field have boxed apart from the medium runners. So, but
I think. Sorry, Pete Knighton's right behind me. You may want to watch this as well if he catches.
Tears.
Oh yes, please.
He's in my DRS as it stands.
Before he gets to you, I do see that Jamie Wright's girlfriend slash fiance slash wife is in the chat, and she said, "What am I listening to? You, madam, are listening to primetime YouTube entertainment. It's the very best in esports entertainment. It's JACKOCAR on a Thursday night. MK Bourne has picked up a penalty for your entertainment purposes, and Pete Knighton is hunting down Owen Wyatt for P15. Now this is exhilarating. In fact, he's falling away, if anything."
Yeah, he is a bit, actually. I'm disappointed.
Yeah,
I
aren't
can
we all?
try and catch Jamie Griffiths now. I'll give that a go. The 2 reserves, we've both got nothing to lose. And nothing to win, in fairness.
As it stands, Leroy and Bazza are tied in the chase if it finishes like this. In fact, as I was speaking, it changed again. Bazza is now leading the chase as things stand.
I'm going to guess there's a lot of medium runners who haven't pitted yet then.
Yeah, everybody from Bazza up. Bazza's actually P7 now. He's flying through the field. It's got on board of him. Move done on Bazza.
Oh.
Wide through turn 2, though. Bad time to go on board with the chase leader. Although coming into this race, he was level on points with Pete Knighton, but behind on countback. It's Gareth Hall's view.
He's got one of his competitors in the chase, Leroy Haseloga, just down the road from him as well, 3 seconds ahead. So he needs to be keeping an eye on him because Leroy, I believe, is only 4 points adrift.
You are spot on with that assumption.
So he's sitting in a good place right now.
I see your reply to Paula in the chat as well, Matt Lester. 3 of the very best stags. You are not wrong.
I'm not.
It's like the reincarnation of 2.5 men, isn't it?
2 stags and a Bambi.
I think Owen must be concentrating. Let's go on. He's not. He's doing nothing.
I'm just sort of listening, really, to what's going on there, to be honest. Yeah, well, probably better I don't comment, really.
Oh.
Nothing's really happening, but I think Tony's going to catch me soon, and he'll probably breeze past because he's on the sauce. He's got the fastest lap.
He'll only breeze past if you let him.
Well, true, but I am wondering why he's on the sauce. He's not going to get them to lap 90, is he?
Maybe he's having fun.
Kieran and Yuri box, Owen. You might be seeing them in your ears soon.
I don't think so.
It's well gone.
No, he's well gone.
I am seeing Tony, though. He's very much arriving.
And he will come.
Yeah, that is actually my favourite bit. Let's see, Bazza is actually flying. Since we last spoke about him, he has found a second on Leroy.
What went wrong in qualifying then? Did he just nick a
Oh,
mistake?
contact! Jamie Griffiths in the wall. Jamie Wright, sorry. And out of this race. And out of this championship.
And a safety car. Bloody hell. Is this JACKOCAR?
I think we are watching something of the like. Look at that. Jamie Wright will not be happy with that. We called it very late. Sullivan Lewis up his, what was inside, become outside. Cars made contact. It was essentially a right rear hook, which put Jamie Wright across the front of him and into the wall and out of this race.
Did he not crash down qualifying as well?
Yes, he did. It's a bit like the S's in Mexico.
Oh,
Arnaud penalty.
Ooh. Some very choice words as well from Jamie. No, I won't repeat them.
Can you give us a basic gist of that?
Risky equals loser.
Right.
Okay, can you fill in the blanks for me now?
Risky is a see you next Tuesday.
Oh dear.
Or Thursday.
Hey.
In this regard. But Risky leads.
I'm going to guess pit stops have happened in front of me now as well, which will give some people on the Joker a good chance.
Put it this way, Sullivan Lewis leads this race. Leroy Haseloga, who made a non-mandatory stop, is second on his Joker, and Bazza, who did the same thing, is P3. Now, they pitted at the end of lap 2 when it became lap 3, so if they're thinking these mediums are taking them to the end, they are wrong.
But Arnaud will get to the end, yes?
Well, he's got to make a second stop. Oh, no, he doesn't.
No.
Oh, yeah. Arnaud is net race leader.
And I'm not even watching the rest, and I know more than Jacko does.
Yeah, but look, Owen, I don't do what you do. I just do it my way.
But it's your league.
Yeah, I know, but I can't do it all.
he made the tweet, which, you know, one of Arnold's jokerness. In, really, aren't you?
I'm what?
You're phoning it in, mate.
Whatever that means. Yes. Anyway, Gareth Hall runs P4. Corey Dalton P5. He's had some moments in this race as well. Arnold 6th, Jake 7th, Ben Shaw. Well, he was race leader at one point, but I don't really know where he fits into this sort of lead group anymore.
Well, he's definitely behind Arnold and Corey Dalton, who pitted just 4 laps ago. So, yeah, that's turned his race on its head a little bit.
It's a bit odd that I'm that close to Ben, only the 2 cars, 2 cars between us, so I wonder if we had a wing had to change or something. Although he does struggle with race pace compared to quality pace, that has been a thing with him for a while.
But what these safety cars have done is brought Kieran Spears into this race a bit more, who is now
who's behind him.
Yeah, Owen, quickly brake test. Make sure your brakes are working.
Yeah, well,
He did as well.
I think they do work.
Okay, try a little harder.
They definitely work. Hold on.
Oh
yeah, they work. They work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, if he'd have got damage from that and then complained about it, we would have said, actually, we were making sure Owen's brakes were working correctly, so Kieran has no legs to stand on.
I saw smoke coming from his brake discs. I wanted to make sure Owen would be okay.
Yeah, and I think that's really nice.
No, spot on.
We can't have Owen crash out and get injured this close to C5.
I'm sure Gareth probably wouldn't be complaining though. Shame I can't brake test him.
Just catching up with the chat.
But the point I was making, Kieran, obviously back in the race, really, and it's 8 points adrift of Ben Shaw in the playoffs. So it's Ben versus Kieran to get into the final 6.
There's a good point. I mean, the 3 cars between them.
Yeah.
Sadly, 2 of them are reserves, and one of them Shahan is. So, good luck, basically.
Yeah.
I would back Ben at this point. It's got very slow all of a sudden, hasn't it?
It has. This time Kieran was ready for it.
Now, Sullivan Lewis is famous for his extremely, slow restarts.
He is.
Got as far down as 19 miles an hour on F1 23, I think it was.
JACKOCAR record?
I do believe so. But he is a lot more consistent today. I'm just going to quickly add the lap led to his namesake. 2 laps led today.
He stage as well, didn't he? Or did he not quite?
Arnold lap 10. And away we go. Look at Gareth Hall.
God.
Oh.
What a restart from Gareth Hall. Fantastic. He's second. Just absolutely on the button, as the kids say. And Corey is all over Bazza. And Leroy's all over Bazza as well. Look at this into turn 2. Oh, Bazza brakes late, holds position. Leroy to the outside, Corey to the inside. We're 3 wide through turn 3. And Corey makes it through. Wow. But Leroy's still there. What does he do into turn 4? He gets spun by Corey. And Arnold and Bazza and Jake all go wide. And there's a new front wing for Leroy. Wow, what racing.
Ben Shaw's been overtaken by, all of us.
Ooh. Kieran has his eyes set on Ben Shaw now. He's right on his rear.
Bazza's so slow, my God!
Bazza's falling off real fast as Ben Shaw makes a bit of a mistake. Here comes Kieran Spears. Round the outside into the top 10.
Kieran also had a moment through that corner when Ben Shaw did, and somehow it's Ben that's lost out because Kieran was behind at the time.
Bazza's going to lose another position.
Wow,
possibly.
what
It goes ultra defensive, goes deep for the position. No, it's Wyatt. What a move!
It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He could have. Safety car.
Oh dear, that loose set of softs.
What a move from Barry Baldwin.
That is pinnacle JACKOCAR. You love to see it. And Baz is going to make a non-mandatory stop.
I've given you a safety car, okay? Oh dear. And I've made such a good restart as well.
Not as good as Gareth. Fourth to first.
I wish I could have seen that.
That was fantastic.
The only
Do you know the worst
man
thing
yet
as
to
well?
pit.
I left Baz a space as well. I left him a country miles worth of space.
Yeah.
I really wanted to make that move safely, but
his
no.
brakes weren't as good as your brakes, Owen. You tested yours.
Testing him under the safety car. That's what we keep saying.
Oh dear. And as it stands, look at the three guys at the back. Bazza, Pete, Leroy. The three chase leaders at the back of this pack. Which means Mike Kelterborn's minus 17, so in 13th. He's not going to make any ground up today. Ben Harrett's not here. Florian Meyer is only 12th. So with how things stand, Pete Knighton is the chase leader, and he's in P17.
The thing is, of course, we're all on brand new tyres for this restart, and if it's anywhere near as chaotic as the last one, then we should be able to use them. Because they weren't new mediums that I had on, they were 2 or 3 laps old, but I was still able to get past 4 or 5 cars before Bazza did his thing, so...
Oh, sorry Owen, I stand corrected. Bazza is chase leader.
He's got a penalty though, so, you know...
Yeah, so it's Pete.
Still technically
So I was right, yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I'm one warning away for a penalty. I'm going to assume a few people may pick some up tonight, because they are quite easy to happen, especially when people keep pushing you off the track.
So we've got 2 drivers that haven't boxed. One of them, Sullivan.
Yeah.
And he done the restart last time out. The other one, Gareth Hall.
Hello, Mike Kelterborn's had an accident. That's a brake check from someone.
Is that German on German violence?
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Well, Florian Meyer has picked up a penalty for that.
Well, there you go then. Free place for me.
1945 is happening all over again. Germans surrendering everywhere you go.
What side did Russia on for that? They were on our side, weren't they?
They were on our side. They were the ally.
Lovely.
What was the opposite of the ally? Because I can't remember.
I haven't a clue. The bad guys.
The enemy.
There's a word for them.
Evil.
The window lickers.
That's it. Axis. Yes, well done.
Or window lickers works as well.
Yep.
Yeah, big fan of that.
AKA Kieran Spears.
Yep, Kieran Spears, by the way, running in P8. Make of that what you will.
How many of the pit stops have been made under safety car for mandatory?
Honestly, I don't know.
A few might have done.
No idea.
All I can tell you is Bazza's first and second, he's made a total of 2 stops, are both illegal.
Yeah, I've made one
as are
illegal,
Leroy's.
Legal, yeah.
No, they're both illegal. Oh, are you talking about you?
Yeah, for me,
Okay,
yeah.
no one cares about
myself, but it just occurred to me that, I was all over the show and Ben Shaw was right in front of me, so I wonder if a few people around may have been able to get a cheap pit stop and we'll have to make a green flag one. And with the rate of safety cars we're getting, you may well have a chance of taking a safety car as well.
And we have a bit of a human
Actually, no, you
centipede
can't do that anymore, can you?
speed train going on in the middle of the field.
You read in the chat. Mike said this message made me crash, and he was referring to Jamie Wright, who said, "Find a reserve for me from here on out as the game's uninstalled at JACKOCAR ICBA." He's lying. He'll be back next week for the Super Speedway, and you will be here too. I imagine we'll come to you live from about 3 minutes past 7 when everybody's in the lobby and we're ready to go. Safety car in this lap. As I said, JACKOCAR, the home of esports entertainment here on a Thursday night. Gareth Hall will bring us round to start the next restart as Johannes picks up a penalty with a reserve driver. Now that's embarrassing.
Let's get Gareth winning the stage, people. Come on, there's only 3 laps.
I would say he could do with the point, but it really makes no difference to his campaign because he is as out as much as Jamie Wright is. But he will lead the end of lap 15. Are you ready? Here we go again. Gareth Hall gets us underway in Sochi, and Arnaud is going to go with him. This is going to be close down to turn 1, 2 even. In fact, Corey is going to try and come with him, but Arnaud to the outside of Gareth Hall. He will squeeze him. You know what Gareth's like. Let's go off board. Turn 2 is here. Gareth on the inside. Arnaud sweeps all the way around the outside and into the lead, and here goes Corey with him. Great racing from this front three. Contact with Corey and Gareth. Gareth won't give that one up that easily. But Corey does get through. Jake O'Sullivan has made his way to the front as well. Johannes with his penalty is in the top 5.
What are you doing?
Gareth fighting. Owen Wyatt is talking. Let's go and see what's happening in P18.
Well, Pete Knighton nearly had me round at turn 2, and then he turned in on me at turn 4. And now he's got Leroy ahead of him, so that's karma. But I'm now last, which isn't nice.
No, and you had a go at me last week for finishing 13th. At least I picked up 4 points on that day.
KK's about to crash.
Oh
no, he didn't. Oh
yeah.
Shit, KK's in front of me. Fuck. Sorry.
No.
That's not possible.
Oh yeah, Arnaud already has a penalty, doesn't he? He leads this race. Oh, what's going on here then?
Jamie numbers, Yuri.
Oh, hey!
Ding dong.
Beats out of this race.
We might have just won Gareth. Oh, don't be a VSC. Where's the fun in that? Oh dear. Right, Pete lost it, crashed into me. I've lost another front weight.
And all together now, you'll like this one. 180 races since Pete Knighton last won in the Cup Series.
Oh, Pete, what was all that about, man? Oh, knobhead.
There is a race still going on here, by the way. Arnaud leads it from Corey. Of course, Corey has to make a second stop. Owen Wyatt is P16, P17 in all of this, and Pete Knighton leaves the session. Of course, pit stops under VSC do count as mandatory green flag stops. And away they go.
I don't think it really matters. We're not at lap 19 yet, are we? So I get nothing out of that, but I wasn't going to go around with no front wing with 2 laps.
What are you saying, Matt Lester? We've not come to you for a while.
I'm keeping an eye on Ben Shaw and Kieran Spears, sitting 6th and 7th now, and Kieran Spears going to make a move on Yuri Hazelaga to move himself up to 5th place. It's going to be tight between these two. 8 points is what Kieran Spears needs, but Ben Shaw, I'm sure, will...
Sorry, that was rude.
Did you hear something?
I heard this little whiny voice in the back.
Way at the back.
Not sure. No, yeah, way at the back. Like,
Do you want
really
more
far.
excitement or not?
We'll come back to you when we need you.
I made this entire race interesting by constantly being crashed out.
I hate to be honest with you, and I will be honest with you. It's been quite a good one without you.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
As Corey picks up a penalty. Why? So silly.
There is penalties galore here, and this could be big between Kieran and Ben Shaw as well. Could be a big factor, because they are 2 drivers that don't have penalties.
Don't forget as well to correct you, Mr. Lester, that Ben Shaw's gap to Kieran is +9 because of the playoff point for pole position. So
yes.
Kieran's job is slightly harder than what you first called, as Johannes gets another penalty. And there is a stage at the end of this lap as well. Arnaud, the all-time leader for stages. He won in stage 1. He's going to win here in stage 2 unless something catastrophic happens. It will take him up to 46 all-time. But Corey is starting to harass his rear end. And so is Jake.
That's exciting.
We actually have ourselves a good race here. Look at this.
Johanna just getting in on the act as well.
Yeah.
Within the DRS. Got a top 4 battle on here.
And there it is. Confirmation Arnaud wins the stage. Both of them tonight. And this season, I can tell you that it hasn't happened very often. Multiple stage wins in the same race. It has happened 1, 2, 3 times. Canada, Austria, and Monaco. Here's Jake O'Sullivan.
Now with Pete's crash out, this is a good opportunity for Barry and Leroy, although Leroy sitting in front of the little man at the back.
He is in net last at the moment, unfortunately for him.
He is. So
actually, no, he's not, because Risky's got even more penalties on him. So he's net last but 1.
And the other thing as well is Bazza still has to make 2 stops. Unless he can prove to me that he pitted on lap 3.
1 stop, Mr. Ricketts. He is on his joker.
Of course he is.
Yeah, this guy's useless.
Oh, and his other stop was on a safety car, wasn't it? So yeah, he's good to the end.
He is good to the end.
Oh,
he is on soft.
Oh my goodness, Leroy! Oh, thank you.
It's another safety car.
Wait, hold on. Is that bad news or good news?
It's great news for Bazza because Pete,
good news
Mike,
for me?
and Pete are all out of this race.
Can I make a pit stop? Is it legal or is it not legal?
It's not legal,
so
but you can make a pit stop.
So I'm going to be even more last, is what that means.
Yes, sir.
Terrific. Have we used up our allotted safety cars now?
Yes, sir.
Four safety cars in GSC.
And I'll tell you what's happening. Arnold is making a free pit stop for soft tyres, knowing that full well everybody else has to pit, apart from Bazza. But Bazza pits as well.
He also pits.
The thing is actually for Bazza, obviously Leroy, Pete and Mike are all out of the race, so it's imperative now that he just gets some points.
Yes, he needs to take full advantage of this and just take points from here.
Yeah. Let me remind you of the gap at the chase, at the top of the chase. Pete Knighton, 542 points. This man, Barry Baldwin, 542 points. The gap is 0. Leroy is -4. Mike Kelterborn, -17 coming to this one. And then beyond him, Ben Harrow, who's not here, is -25. The rest of them are so far out of it. It's Bazza's to lose. He just has to finish the race. Miracles do happen.
And survive the next 2 races, so hopefully. And he's good at the Speedway, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is.
It's a lottery. Anybody can win the Speedway. I think we're set up for... Yeah, so do I. I've also got a good feeling about the end of this race.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a lot of pit stops on this restart.
It's not going to be straightforward for Arnaud and Bazza to work their way through to the front. But look at all these guys who have to make another stop. I'll read the list of names to you. Corey, Jake, Johannes, Kieran, Yori, Ben Shaw. Not certain about Tony Kirkpatrick. He may have lucked in here. We'll assume and hope that he hasn't. Florian in the chase and way down because of that extra stop he's got to make. Robin Border. OKK's made 4 stops. Don't be fooled. I think all 4 of them are illegal. And then Arnaud.
The whole field by Arnaud and Bazza have to pit, right?
I do believe that is correct. Even Owen Wyatt in P16.
Because the safety car came out right on the pit opening, so we couldn't pit.
Grandstand finish it is then. Arnaud.
Christ. It means I got to stack of OKK, doesn't it?
Yes.
Twat.
Unless you get ahead of him.
Well, where is he? What position is he in?
He's in P10.
That's quite a long way ahead of me, to be honest.
That's your problem, Mr. Wyatt.
Well, you might want to keep an eye on me on the restart then, because I may have nothing to lose.
You could take an easy 3-second penalty, but gain many positions.
Well, as Risky proved, it does work, doesn't it?
It does, and
I was
you
going to say,
have nothing to lose at all.
I was going to say I don't want to have anything to do with the championship battle, but I have already taken Pete out, even though it was him who crashed into me. But you know what he's going to say. And Bazza crashed into me, so I have been very much getting involved with the championship. So
you've been impartial, and Leroy crashed in front of you, which is suspicious in itself.
It is very odd. He saw me catching it, it was just too much for him. He knew what was going to happen when I got there.
Yeah. By the way, if things work out how Arnaud wants them to, he'll become a 17-time race winner. which will put him one clear of Corey and one behind the great Khalifa El Khalifa. But who knows what's going to happen. And just so you know, Mr. Wyatt, so you haven't forgotten the rules, following the safety car in does not count as a mandatory stop.
Yes, I know.
I remember a time when you used to not know the rules for about 3 seasons.
It took ages, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did take a long time, because you used to care, you see, so...
Yeah.
It was your rule set, so I thought, well, Jacko knows what's going on, I'll just do the play-by-play and you can tell me what it means, but it's sort of... I'm now just doing both.
And I don't think either of us missed a race for ages, did we?
We did a very long stint, although in fairness, we've got slightly back on form now. I mean, we've only, I think, only had 1 or 2 races where we've both not been here, which isn't too bad for a long season like this.
Leroy has been in the chat. I'll translate from Dutch. I am a pleb.
Oh.
That is what it says.
Yeah.
Well, from one pleb to another, Corey Dalton is going to get us underway. 53 miles an hour. And 5 people joining us live. I did see we crept up to 15 at one point. Don't laugh, Owen White. We're doing a very good job here. You just make sure you do what you can from P16.
I'm laughing at Sully. He's blocking me. Catch up to the field, you twat.
Corey's gone. Oh.
Back of the field hasn't got away. And
Yeah.
Risky's going to crash.
We can see that. Back to the front then. Corey Dalton is well away. And this is going to take a couple laps to get going, Matt Lester. But when it does, hell will break loose. And Arnaud and Bazza just have to make sure they don't get involved in it. Oh, KK sideways.
Kieran looking loose behind Johannes as well. Nearly lost the rear.
Arnaud making a move there. Oh, and whatever you do, do not ruin this for Mr. Baldwin in front of you. It's not worth it.
I'll try. There's no guarantee, but I'll try.
We're
Don't
watching
do it
you.
to my Kia brother.
Just remember, he is the one who ruined my race.
Yeah, but you're a reserve driver, and he's looking at his first ever Championship 5 berth, is Bazza, as he looks to lead the chase for the first time this season. As
Haven't you learned?
happenings,
Life's not fair.
there's happenings further on as OKK gets past Florian Meyer and Arnaud on his way past Robin Border. Robin hits the wall, but Arnaud is creeping forward, and into P8 he goes. Tony Kirkpatrick is 7th. Gareth Hall, what's he doing? Spinner! Jamie Griffiths in the wall! We'll ignore that because he's a reserve driver. But Gareth Hall, P11. We're going to see some pitters this time round. Corey is in. Jake, Johannes, Kieran, Yori, Ben Shaw. Arnaud stays out. Of course he does. And who leads the lap here? Corey Dalton gets it.
That was
Where's Bazza?
OKK staying out, wasn't it? Being very nice to me.
Bazza's 5th, stayed out. Of course, Gareth Hall, Michael O'Kk and Robin Border, the 3 to stay out.
So,
I might not bully him as much. Oh, he's crashed.
Michael.
It's fine, Michael. You did what you needed to do to help me out, and I appreciate it. I'll not bully you as much in the future. Hello, hold on a minute. I'm net ahead of Corey and Johannes all of a sudden. Because they got penalties. They're cheating little fuckers.
are you allowed to swear?
I think we passed the boundaries a while ago. We have a new watershed here, don't we? It's about 7 o'clock, approximately.
That's Jacko Ball Wednesdays. Of course,
Yes.
La Liga season very much ongoing. Sullivan Lewis picks up another penalty here in Russia, though. Ben Shaw has come out 9th. And Kieran still with no penalties, it must be said. Whereas Ben Shaw does, so I think Shaw still sneaks in at this point into the round of 6. Arnaud, it's easy for him. He's going to go back to back. And Bazza, he's just got to wait for these guys in front to pit. It's all his. A podium awaits Bazza. Look at this.
Just a podium, or is it a best ever result as well? Because he's second now, isn't he?
It is a best ever result, and I'll tell you what. Does Arnaud have the heart in him to let Bazza win this race? Arnaud doesn't need it.
Nothing if he wins, but still, what a moment it would be as OKK.
What a moment it would be.
Both ERT boys.
They sure are. And Bazza has no threats behind. Well, Jake O'Sullivan 15 seconds away. He wouldn't nick a win off of Bazza if it comes to it, would he?
No.
He probably would, actually. He's fucking boring.
Fun, isn't it?
He's an anti-JACKOCAR driver. Kieran, P4. He could also be a threat for the race win if Arnaud starts to get clever with Bazza. We can dream.
White, Corey Dalton picking up another penalty ahead of you.
I'm very excited about that. But who are they catching up to? I can't see because they may be holding them up. There's a train of 4
Yuri
cars.
and Ben Shaw leads that train.
Interesting.
It's not they're not
with
stacked
penalties.
though, are they? They're not stacked up. They're just driving around.
Like they do. Kieran, though, is sniffing the rear.
He sure is.
Jake O'Sullivan. And he's going to go for it.
And don't forget,
Jake's in 5.
if this does work out badly for ERT, a Kieran win will automatically knock Ben Shaw out. That is the risk here. And also, Kieran started last on the grid. This race is not over. We all want the Bazza win. My co-commentator, Mr. Matt Lester.
Yes.
Is Bazza on 3 seconds or 6 seconds of pens?
I will check for you, sir. 3 seconds of pens.
Oh,
so he
okay.
is still pretty safe.
He is very safe.
Kieran. But Arnaud would have to drop
9
quite far.
seconds, yeah.
9, nearly 10 seconds. Can't see it myself.
Of course, the points for him are so useful. Even though he's already through, the points is where the value is in the next round, the round of 6. Especially going to the lottery of Paul Ricard.
What's the difference in points, Mr. Ricketts, between 3rd and 6th position?
3rd will get you 14. 6th place will get you 11, so it's only 3 points.
What about P7?
It's worth 10 points.
Still not enough for Kieran Spears then.
Kieran has a penalty.
Can I just quickly interrupt? I don't think it's meant to rain, but it is very much clouded over here.
As Tony gets past you, I'm surprised you didn't make contact there, Owen. You have done everybody else this evening.
Hold on a minute, we're not done yet.
Oh.
That was some good overtaking from me, I think.
Yeah, that was like watching a proper racing series.
I know. Who'd have thunk? He's going to do me on the straight, but that felt nice.
We'll have long moved on since then anyway. Here we are. Rage Man, we'll watch you. Actually, no, we want to see Owen White get battered, don't we? Like a battered sausage.
Battered sausage. Here he comes. Ooh, he can't catch me up.
Yeah, the battery's gone. The battery is flat.
Well, isn't that suboptimal?
Mr. Lewis is going for a... Oh, front wing change. I thought he might be going for a fastest lap attempt. Arnaud, still leading the way. No signs of slowing down. Mr. Baldwin, on for the podium.
This will be big haul of points for Barry.
Yeah. It needs not a miracle next week for the likes of Pete, Leroy and Mike, but you know, they're going to have to hope for a Bazza DNF and then a top 5 finish to at least take it to Monza. But a P15 here with your 3 main rivals out of the race. Bazza, he's in dreamland as Arnaud comes round with 1 lap to go in JACKOCAR. I almost forgot to say it, but I remembered. And now we can go for a glory run with him and hope at the end he lets Bazza through for a first ever victory in the Cup Series. If not, it'll be number 17 for the Belgian, still chasing his first ever Cup Series title. Kieran Spears, he's not going to be able to do enough to get close to Bazza. So the dream could be alive, especially if Jake O'Sullivan does that and takes P3 off of him on the road. The gap at the front is 8 seconds. Here is Arnold. He's got that awful audio glitch. So we'll come off board and watch Bazza instead. His best finish in the Cup Series is P3. I think he nicked that at Paul Ricard last season. He's won 2 Kia Series races. One at Monza, one at Suzuka. He's been to the Championship 5 there. And he's putting in good steps to go to the Championship 5 here in the Cup Series. Arnold's glitchy audio. Into Sector 3 he comes. A win here puts him 1 away from Khalifa. It puts him 1 above Corey Dalton. And he's already 1 step closer to the Championship 5. He's not slowing down. He is weaving though. I think he's going to take the win here. It's far too late. Oh, now De Grief. A race winner. Back to back in JACKOCAR. But this man, your driver of the day. And it's going to be a massive haul of 15 points. He is the new chase leader, is Barry Baldwin. 2 races away from victory. Or glory. Jake O'Sullivan 3rd. Kieran 4th, but out because Ben Shaw is 5th. 6th even because of Owen Wyatt. It doesn't matter. Ben Shaw will advance to the round of 6. Kieran is eliminated with Jamie Wright. Corey is 7th. That's 8 races without a victory now. Yori back in the top 10 and only 3 wheels on his wagon. Tony Kirkpatrick is 9th. Johannes, another lowly finish for him down in P10. Robin managed to finish a race this week. Gareth Hall only 12th. Florian, he's managed to finish a race as well. 3 out of the last 4 have been DNFs, but he makes it 3 out of the last 5 instead with a 13th finish here. Jamie Griffiths back in the points in JACKOCAR. Sullivan Lewis, no fastest lap for him, but he's P15. Okay, Kate. The last driver to cross the line. 1 corner to go. A point. It won't be valuable though, because I think that means he is eliminated from the chase. And that is job done. Thank you very much, Russia. We're sorry we left you in Season 4. That graphic's incorrect.
Yeah, that's...
But what a race. Matthew Lester.
Too bad to end up in 5th in the end there, by the way, just saying. I sort of recovered that quite well. I don't know why these lot make it look so difficult.
Owen Wyatt.
What are you laughing at?
Stroking his own gear stick for you. Yeah, you done all right in there, Owen. You done all right.
Thanks.
You gave us. You did give us some of a race, but I did think the rest came and gave us a good show.
I just want to point out that if Bazza had this, I think he had the slowest lap of the race. No, he didn't. Well, he had the slowest lap of the race of the people who finished, and ends up 2nd. That's just fantastic.
14th to 2nd.
There. Over 3 seconds a lap slower than Kieran, but hey, he's beaten them.
Yeah, Barry Baldwin can start to dream. Monza and France away for a place in Australia. Jake O'Sullivan will be there. Arnold, he's looking like he's going to be there, as Johannes really is starting to fall away now. And some would say JACKOCAR is starting to heal with that performance. 2 good races in a row. We love to see it after the atrocious season we've had. But yeah, fantastic stuff once again. JACKOCAR at its best. What more can I say? Any final words? Matthew Lester or Owen Wyatt?
Jamie Wright, Kieran Spears eliminated out of the top 6.
Perfect. Owen?
That was good fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah. I like Russia. Well, I like the track. Sorry, you're not going to be clear here.
Owen Wyatt may or may not return next week.
Well, he may or may not be... Yeah.
A drone might find where he lives.
No, but that would be if I was on Ukraine's side.
Anyway, some say he talks about himself in the 3rd person, so we've had enough of that as well.
Says the man who calls his league JACKOCAR.
I'm trying to end the stream, Owen. JACKOCAR will return on April 17th. It'll also be here on April 24th. For the round of 6, it is Paul Ricard in France and then Monza in Italy. Barry Baldwin might be there. I hope you will too. Have a good evening, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Goodbye.